Alright, welcome back. As you can see, I'm still working on locking these doors in this mansion. And if you haven't seen any of these, any of the previous two Let's Builds where I've been working on locking these doors, basically what I've been trying to do is, as you can see, this button right here opens the doors and then closes them. And as of right now, that's the only button. It's on the inside. I haven't put one on the outside yet. And then this button right here will lock the doors, mostly, for the outside, but it also locks it on the inside as well. And see, that button that I hit to lock those front doors also lock these doors back here, so these won't open either unless I unlock them. And so basically, again, if you haven't seen any of the previous videos of me doing this, that's what I've been doing. And so we got the front door, we got that side door I just went over to. I got a door here. I just did a door over there. There's a couple doors back here. I got this one here, and then there's one over here. Here, so you can see what these doors are. See, these are just doors to get outside, obviously, from inside. And so we almost will have the bottom floor here done very shortly. I just have to make the the flip-flops and the locks now for all of these doors. And so I guess what I'm going to do here is do that. So I'm still trying to think though. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At least have 5 doors, I think. And so I'll probably do those off camera or I'll do at least one, again, in case you haven't seen the other videos and you're not interested in seeing those. I'll show you how the flip-flop works and all that. And then actually I'll do this right now. Since we're upstairs here, like I've said in a past video, is that I only have really one space to work with, and that's this one block space here, because this is the floor. This is the second floor we'd be standing on, and then this is the roof. So like I'm saying, all we got is this small space to work with up here. So I will show you a different way of doing this. Again, as I showed in another video, and one of the past videos, this is one way to make the doors open and close using either pressure plates or buttons. And where did I come down? Right here. And this is another way right here, what I'm going to show you right now. It's actually more compact, but I've had it be a little glitchy on me sometimes, but we'll see. And really, it's the only option up here because, again, it's too small. So basically, you have the 2 doors here, obviously, and these 2 wood blocks right here are what the doors are sitting on. So we need power to go into those blocks, and what we're going to do is take some redstone like this off of both sides, both sides. Take it out of both sides, and then you're going to come over here like this. And it doesn't really matter if you use, what kind of stone, just whatever. And it's, again, I think it will mess it up if you put the torch on the wrong side. Let's test it. Yeah, see, the doors will get stuck open. So you want to put the torch on this side. See, now both the doors have closed. So basically what's happening here is you have the redstone. I'll start with this block here, the single block. Is this redstone comes out of this block, goes, as you can tell, into this wood block here. And since it has no power, the door stays shut. And for some reason, it's kind of, I don't know, it's hard to explain, and I really don't even fully understand why one side's lit up and one side isn't. And then it just it will flip the current. You'll see here in a second. I mean, I know I'm probably confusing the crap out of people because I'm confusing myself. But basically, this redstone is powering these blocks which open the doors, and I will demonstrate that right now. Let me get a pressure plate. Is see how this side is not lit up? Whenever I step on this pressure plate, it flips the current. This side is lit up now, and that side is not lit up. And why it does that, I don't know. But I guess it's an imbalance, and whenever you do this, it's balancing it. I don't know. But yeah, that's basically one option there. But as I've said in the other videos, is I'm not using pressure plates. I want to use buttons. So that's why I've left. Where have I left a hole? Here we go. Like for example, we're gonna put a button right here, and I'm probably gonna have to use redstone. I'm trying to think and do this at the same time. So it's kind of difficult. That's gotta stay there. Can I go this way? Nope, can't go that way. It's always something. Man. Well, the button might not be able to go there. Let's see, what's back here? Hello! This is the difficult part. Figuring out where the button goes. Because see, there's not enough room in here, really. Can't get rid of that block. I can't get rid of that block. And I can't get rid of either one of these blocks, because that ends up being the wall. And this might be in the way for a tower, but we can try it. Let's move this. Actually, I don't know if this is going to work. Will this still work? Nope. See, that's how weird redstone is. If you don't understand redstone, that's something I don't understand about it, is see how this is not going straight into the block now? It's like going, I guess, parallel with it. It only allows one door to open. It has to go like this, which is very strange to me. But that's just how redstone is. I guess I'll come back to this because I could sit here all day trying to figure this out, and I don't want to do that because we're already almost 8 minutes into this video, and I'm kind of lost right now. And see, this goes back to that part where I said in I think the last video or the video before that, is I can't really build on camera right now because I'm not really used to it or that good at it, because of situations like this where, I mean, I could keep messing with it, but if I was to keep it in the video and not edit it out, it'd probably be pretty boring because I don't know. I'm gonna be here just racking my brain trying to figure it out. So we'll just go on to something I know will work, and that is building these T flip-flops. And we're just gonna build one right here. And if it needs to move later, it will move. For now, you are going right here. And so I think what I'll do is I'm going to build the flip-flops for all of these doors, and then when I'm done, I'll come back and we will join them all up to that, and then I'll put locks on them, and then we'll join them all with the master switch or master button, whatever you want to call it. So I will do that, and I will be right back. Okay, now I'm back, and unless I forgot a door, I believe I got them. Actually, I think I did forget a door. Yeah, this one. Well, you guys can watch me make the flip-flop with this. It ain't no big deal. Because in case you haven't seen it, you'll get to watch me build this. It's very simple. Okay, here we go. T flip-flop. How are we going to build it? I guess like this, all weird. Hopefully this ain't in the way. But whoa. Knock out 3 blocks. Put a torch here, put a repeater there, a block there, a block there. Redstone here, here, and don't forget it there. Even I sometimes forget to put it there. And then out of the torch, redstone. We actually gotta move some of this. Whoops. Move some of this crap out of the way. and make this join up. Okay, and then put a block here and another block there. Put a block there. Let's test this out. Okay, it doesn't look like it reaches. So we need a repeater right. We'll put one here. Alright, so if I can get up here, let's see. Both doors are open. Slowly walk over here. Both doors should be closed. Okay. Alright. So, if you don't know what I'm doing, this episode is the first one out of these Let's Builds that I've been doing, which I've only done, this will be the third one, is I'm locking the doors. I think I said this at the beginning of the video. But basically the T flip-flop, you saw what it basically does is it opens the doors, keeps them open, hit the button, and then it closes them back. So basically it's like a memory switch, this thing. And what this is going to do, this piston, the sticky piston, it's going to act as a lock and allow, basically not allow the button to work when it is engaged, the lock is engaged. So, and eventually I feel like making this whole entire floor sandstone, all of this, but that'll be a future mission because that is going to be a project and a half. Because I don't want it to be all like dirt and stone and then sandstone, and I want it to look all nice and fresh. That'll be a while from now. So basically this is going to be the lock, as I just said. And now we gotta make it run all the way back. And this is gonna take a while, dude. Okay, we're gonna go this way now. And I know I repeat myself and I explain myself too much and it gets all confusing. But again, all this redstone laid out the way it is might not stay that way. I can't say that enough because I know some people will be like, "Ew, your redstone is just everywhere." Whoops, that doesn't work. It's like, I know it's everywhere. I like it like that. Honestly, I kind of do. I, in a way, I don't want it to be like completely a mess. But if you've seen the original mansion that I made in my main world that I kind of quit working on, that mansion, the redstone for the vault room that I have, it's kind of a mess in there, but I like it because basically only I know how it works because it's such a mess. And if you weren't good with redstone, which I'm not saying I'm like some great redstone or anything, but I understand it pretty well, that if you didn't understand it well, you probably wouldn't understand how it works unless I showed you, because, you know, I built it. So I kind of like my stuff kind of messy, and sometimes you really have no choice but to be messy. So that right here, this piston needs to lock. Okay, so now I'll run. You can't go over glowstone. I hope they fix that where you can't put buttons on glowstone or redstone on glowstone. I hate that. It was so awesome, and then they just took it out. I don't know if they meant to or if it was like a mess up in the coding when they were doing something else to the game, but that really sucked. Used to have all these, gotta get rid of this one too. I remember I had buttons and you know, I'd have glowstone and then have a button in it. And then when they did the update and they made it to where you couldn't put buttons inside of glowstone, you'd go up to it and be like, "Oh, there's a button here," and you'd hit it and the button would just fall out. But I really hope they fix that. Well, so far this is working out pretty well. Okay, where are we at? So we can even run this one off of here. So the doors are closed. So that means it's this piston here. Come on. Oh, I was off of. Oh well. I don't care how ugly it is. That works. And now the doors over here are closed, right? Okay. Get rid of that stupid gravel. I do like the new texture of the gravel, I will say that. At first I didn't really like it, like seeing it on the PC, since the PC had this texture of gravel before we did, obviously. I wasn't like all for it, but I actually kind of like it now. Okay, so we'll run this to here. And over here. Alright. So I think they all have locks on them now, all these lower doors. So, and I know the buttons aren't in the right positions right now. I have a button, the buttons are down here with me, and they'll eventually be above, but let's make sure this door opens. Okay, let's make sure it closes. Let's basically do that to all of them. Come on, I don't have time for this. Oh my gosh. Open. Closed. I didn't even check if that one was open. Hopefully, or closed. Hopefully it was closed. Okay, now it's open. No, they're closed, right? Okay, so now I'm gonna go back and I'm going to hit this master button if I can find my way out of here. It's so confusing right now. Alright, so these doors open and close. And now we're gonna hit this lock. And really, I don't even need to, all I need to do is go down here and just make sure that all these pistons got pulled back, which they did. Yeah, those did. Alright. Okay. Nice. So that means all these doors are locked. See? That the T flip-flop's not gonna work. See how just that piston works? Basically what happens is, you know, when I hit the button here, you know, this lights up, and then it goes into this block. You know, the redstone goes into the repeater, which then goes into the block, and when the block gets powered, it powers the piston. Well, since this block and the piston are connected, that's why this one here works. But since this piston back here, this sticky piston, pulled this piston back away from this block, which gets powered when I hit this button, it obviously can't work by, you know, extending and then moving these blocks over, which would then complete that circuit. So that's basically how that locks. It is honestly the most simple lock anybody could ever think of. And yeah, so that's basically how the lock works. Pretty simple, right? So back up here, if I can get out. I don't know if I should mess with this right now. I think what I'll do is I'll worry about where the button's gonna go later. And what I'm gonna do right this second is, I think out here, is it still out here? Let me see. Gotta make a hole. This is another flip-flop, what I was just looking at. This is a different way of doing it. Basically, here's a button. See how it works? I mean, this one's kind of weird to me. I don't even know how to explain this one. But you can see how the redstone dust right there is not lit up. And then when the flip-flop does its transition, it lights it up. It's kind of glitchy because you can see the stone block disappears right here. Well, that time it didn't. Let's see if it does it again. See how it disappears for a second? I don't know. It's just a little like lag, a little glitch, whatever. But basically, I looked this one up on YouTube, and I was thinking I can maybe use it, because if you can see here, it's obviously, it's, get down on the hole, it's one block thick, you know, it's not really tall. The only problem is this torch has to be one block down. And as we saw up here, making another hole, oh well. As we saw here, we only got one block, you know, thick to work with. So, kind of thinking in my head on how I can manipulate that flip-flop out there, and I think it might work. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to build it here and then show you what I have in my head, and it might work, it might not, I don't know. In my head it's going to work, but obviously, as we know, redstone is very tricky and it may not work. So I am going to take a picture of this so I can remember how this works and build it in there, and I will be right back. Okay, I'm back, and as you see, I haven't built it yet. I was just looking at the picture I just took on my phone, and I'm gonna try and build it here. So basically, I'm gonna put a stone block there with a button in it, like that. And then I think this repeater, yeah, there's a repeater right here. And it looks like you take it all the way back. I can always go back out there and make sure, but we're just gonna go like this. And I think this was a sticky piston. And I think they both were sticky pistons. I'm pretty sure they were, but put that there. And then put a sticky piston like this. Put the block right here. And then see, right here is where the torch would go, but obviously we can't do that because, as I say, you know, the torch needs to be one block lower like that, and we're not going to leave a hole in the roof. That would be silly. So let me look at this again. Oh yeah, it needs a little redstone dust right here. So let's see if this even does what it's supposed to do. Okay, so it does do that right. Okay, so I built that part right. So what I was thinking is, how was I thinking this? Basically, we need power to this side. I was thinking, let's do that. Let me see if this works. Nope. See, I was hoping that when this block ended up where this is powered by this torch, is that it would power the block, which would then power this side of this non-powered redstone. But as you see, that didn't work, so I'm gonna have to rethink that. Actually, put that back. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna end this episode here. Basically, I did what I wanted to do, and that's get all of the bottom floor doors mechanisms, you know, where they open, close, and they lock. And then we can go back, and then I guess the next episode possibly figure out where to put the buttons in the walls and all that, and run the redstone between the walls here. And again, that's why I left the walls with a gap in between, so we can do that. And I will think and look at this little device here and try and figure out a way to make this flip-flop work without having to put a torch down in the ground. I mean, I have ideas, but as you see, that was one idea and it didn't work. So I'm gonna end this episode here. As always, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Later.